my name is Heidi Bohall, and I'm an assistant in instruction in the Health and Physical Activity Skills program in the Health and Human Physiology department. I teach courses like intuitive eating, food in your college experience, high-intensity interval training, kettlebells, and others. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a couple of foods that we can take in, consume to help our brain health. We often think about how we can fuel for our physical functioning, but don't often think about how we can choose foods that will actually enhance our mental health and our brain function. So some little tidbits of information is just that food can serve our minds as well as our bodies, and it's really no different. It's including that guideline of eating a variety of different foods from a variety of different food groups. And a fun fact is that 20% of the energy that we eat fuels our brains. So we think about when we, eat our meals and snacks that food goes to our bodies and our organs and our muscle tissue, etc. But we don't think about 20% of that goes to our brains. So that's pretty cool. Serotonin is definitely a huge hormone in mood regulation, and so some foods that can help enhance that serotonin effect can be foods that contain tryptophan for this to be produced. So pumpkin seeds, cod, beef, turkey, lentils, mussels, and kale are really rich sources of tryptophan, and there are other foods, but those are significant sources. A really easy way to get in kale is to simply buy the chopped salad kits that include kale. It can be a nice, quick way to get in some vegetables, vitamins, minerals, and definitely those mood-boosting tryptophans that can increase serotonin in the brain. Also, to fully fuel the brain and eat foods that promote stable moods, clear thinking, and resiliency, we want to think about greens, seafood, nuts, beans, and legumes, dark chocolate. So something that I like to do is just to use some nice containers and keep some dark chocolate, some nuts. I usually keep some walnuts and pecans, almonds. It can be a fun chance just to get some cheap but fun, great quality storage containers from TJ Maxx, Home Goods, etc. to store those healthy snacks and keep them on deck and or pack them along. Fun fact with dark chocolate, Belgian chocolate tends to be higher in antioxidants and in iron, so they can be a little more, those types of chocolates can be a little bit more nutrient dense for you. Also, when we think about eating for optimal mental health, adequate food intake is important, so that can lessen the severity of anxiety symptoms. So eating about every 3 to 5 hours is important to maintain stable blood sugar levels. So that could be a good guideline if you're not quite sure of how often you eat, or that you might find that you're really busy and it's hard to find time to eat. That can be a good guideline. Balanced food intake, so trying to make sure that meals and snacks contain all of your 3 macronutrients and micronutrients. So carbohydrates for energy, your brain needs carbohydrate to function properly, but there's a difference between the quality of those carbs. So instead of refined sugars, I'm thinking about whole grains and fruits, starchy vegetables like potatoes and corn, etc. Dairy also has some carbohydrates. Enough fat, your brain needs fat as well as your body, and protein for your brain cells, and then vitamins and minerals for overall function. And then get your healthy fats in. That enhances your brain function and also has been shown to lessen depression and anxiety. Walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, fish oil have all been proven to be beneficial. Decreased alcohol consumption can lessen the severity of depression and anxiety because it is both a depressant and stimulant. So it's a good check-in to see, especially when we are feeling stressed, is alcohol consumption something that we turn to help alleviate stress when it might actually be exacerbating stress symptoms that we experience. And coffee and tea, some but not too much, and not for all. So if you are someone who struggles with anxiety, then coffee, tea, caffeine from any sources can exacerbate anxiety symptoms. So just kind of checking in. However, a moderate amount, under 300 to 400 milligrams per day, can contain some antioxidants for your overall health, and also can be beneficial to the brain in moderation. So also, increased vitamin D intake is important. Dairy is a great source. It can lessen the severity of depression. You can get this from all milks, including almond, soy, coconut milk. However, that won't contain as much protein as your dairy milk. A nice snack to have on deck in your fridge is a Greek yogurt with less sugar added that will meet your vitamin D needs. Mushrooms, also a great source. You can throw them into some pasta or different dishes. Antioxidant-rich foods promote optimal brain health, so the overall functioning. So dark-colored fruits and vegetables such as spinach, carrots, tomatoes, kale, broccoli, pomegranates, cherries, red grapes, bell peppers, red grapefruit, and all types of berries. I'll show you some examples for how to get those in a second. Also, fatty fish, omega-3s, are really important, we know, for the brain, and you can also get those omega-3s and antioxidants in whole grains. And then also tea and coffee, beans, nuts, and seeds also contain those antioxidants. And then higher fiber foods, we tend to perceive less stress when we have a high fiber diet. So eating enough whole grains, nuts, beans, fruits, and vegetables is important as well. So for some tasty Thursday tips, bring mindfulness to eating. So we actually offer a 1 semester hour course called Intuitive Eating. It is the goal of it is to create and or sustain a healthy relationship with your body, food, exercise, and your mind. So just kind of bringing that mindfulness component, being aware of all your senses, and then how you are kind of translating those cues that your body is sending to your brain to sense hunger, fullness, and satisfaction. Another tip you could try is, of the brain foods, mental health foods we've talked about, what's a new nutrient-dense food that you want to try again, or try preparing in a different way? Prep and pack healthy protein snacks. So I have a couple examples for you, and the recipes are linked there. So I don't know if you can see this, but chocolate chip protein bites. So these do have chocolate chips in them. And if you would like a vegan option that's dairy-free and also gluten-free, I have cocoa vegan energy bites here. So those are nice options to get in all of those macronutrients and micronutrients. And then also protein berry muffins use Greek yogurt, so they offer a little bit more protein. You can also add in some protein powder and berries into those. Roasted unsalted nuts, super easy snack to throw in your backpack and or keep at home. A cheese stick with grape tomatoes or grapes, and or a Greek yogurt cup with nuts and fruits. So just a couple ideas. Hope you are having a great grad week.